my gourd. My gourd. Hi,
Hi,
Erin.
how you doing today?
Good. Welcome everyone to our podcast. I'm your host, Lexi Sheridan Coons.
And I'm Erin Burnell.
Yes, she's the other host. She's just being shy. Girl, how are you? Happy Friday.
I love Fridays. Don't you just love
Me
them?
too.
What is
Yeah,
it
that's
about
why I
Fridays?
block out my work schedule to record this podcast. Love
Yeah,
it.
because it just feels like Friday at work, it just like doesn't count, you know?
Well, you don't even work on Fridays.
I know, but when I used to, I used to work on Fridays. People,
Yeah. When I have multiple meetings on a Friday, I'm unhappy. So let's save those for the other days of the week.
yeah.
Girl, you know what I've been dreaming of
What?
is tortilla de patata
I
from
know
the
it's so
Basque country.
it's so good. It's so good. And there's this cafe bar, whatever we call all the cafes bars here because they're all, a
Yeah,
mix of both things. But it just opened like right by our house and they have the most amazing tortilla pata. Like I was like,
shut
Lexi
up.
would love this. She would say, yeah, really
Oh my
good.
gosh, I feel like in the Basque country as well, they make it the best. Maybe in
Yeah.
Galicia, I don't know, but you can't find that ooey gooey tortilla de patata, which for people who need a translation would be Spanish omelet, potato omelet.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even think people know what a Spanish omelet is. I mean, it's basically just eggs and potatoes, which sounds ridiculous, but it's one of the best things you could
So
eat
good.
in
And
your
there's a
life.
specific way to make it. And I feel like the Basque Country, we could just talk about food for a second. The
Yeah.
Basque Country is known for its food. I
Yeah, it's
wanted to say
cuisine.
gastronomia, like gastronomy.
It's cuisine. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the best cuisine, I would say, in the world, but I guess I'm a little biased. And I haven't been all over the world.
You can find places all over the world with amazing food, like
Mm,
in France, amazing food. Germany,
I love German
America, you
food.
just find like restaurants that have food from all over the world.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, they have some authentic, really great, I mean, a lot of great fish and seafood and meat and wine. The wine is amazing, so yeah.
Wine. Yeah, and the food is accompanied by the wine, so maybe that's why it makes it so much
Yeah,
better. I don't know, but the food here is just amazing.
so good. I wish there was a place here. I mean, it's funny because here I live in Bend, Oregon, and here in Bend there's some trendy little restaurants, and there's a place called Rancher Butcher's Cuisine, I think it's called it's RBC for short, and the one downtown is like a Spanish
Mm.
tapas bar.
Oh,
But they
yeah.
have some Basque, like, pincho
Do
plates,
they?
which is interesting,
That's
because
cool.
not a lot of places do pinchos. That's a very Basque thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't really know about pinchos, It's like another thing
Well,
unless
you
you've been
tell them,
here.
girl. You tell them about those pinchos.
Pinchos are one of the best things you could ever eat in your entire life. They're like just
Well,
like
pincho basically is like a little something on a piece of bread, right?
yeah,
Like,
and it doesn't even have to be on a piece of bread anymore, like, it could even las gildas and, like,
I
those little
love a gilda.
skewers I know, like, gildas are just amazing, and they're just these little bites of food or little portions of food not portions because that's more like tapas, right?
It's
It's
a
just like
bite, yeah.
it's like a bite of food or something, or 2 bites or something that you go and as you're having, like, a little drink,
A Pepe.
you get one and you go from, like, bar to bar and you have little different bites, and every bar has like their specialty pinchos, and like it's just amazing. And as you
So
go
good.
from bar to bar, like you're having a glass of wine or a beer, but the wine they give you here isn't like in the States. It's not like the entire glass. You get like a little pour of wine. So you can go from bar to bar and still be like standing
I
at the
love
end
that.
of your
That's the pincho pote, which
think about
is a
it.
very Basque thing as well. You get together with your friends, you all put
Yeah.
in some money, you go to bar, and you get wine and pinchos. I mean, there's stuff
Yeah.
similar in like León and Castilla de la Mancha,
Oh
you
yeah.
can have tapitas, and you'll go to a bar there and they'll serve you free little tapa, or like, it's not really pinchos, but it can be,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Yeah,
And,
different provinces have their thing. In
and
Catalunya, you can get tapas, but yeah, pinchos are amazing.
and the
Gildas.
app.
Okay, I
Yeah.
got to talk for a second about Mercado de Bilbao
Yeah.
because I love the Gildas place there. Well, you can get a vermouth with a different selection of Gildas. So a Gilda What is a hilda? It's like on a toothpick, you have maybe some olives, like a boqueron or an anchovy. It's like a little toothpick with items. And there are different places, like you might have a little, it sounds weird, but like a little bird egg, a little piece of tuna. It sounds weird.
So and you put it, like, all in your mouth.
You put it all in your mouth.
It's just that spicy pepper too that's on there.
Oh,
What is
yeah.
it called? That
Like
makes
a pepperoncini
Yeah, yeah.
that's the hilda, right?
I think so,
No,
yeah.
the whole thing? Okay,
I
we
think the
gotta do
whole
some
thing is called gilda, but I don't know, honestly.
I'll put up a little blurb here about
Yeah.
it because
But
that
they're
place,
amazing.
I dream about Mercado de Bilbao,
Mhm.
going to have your aperitif at like 6 or 7 because people eat dinner late, doing a vermouth, having hildas, and they have the best hildas there.
Yeah, so you're still standing by the end, but it depends on how many places. It
Those are
was
my fond
so
memories
much
of
fun.
Bilbao. Good
Yeah.
food, pincho pote. Yeah, I miss the food there for sure. I miss all that
And just
yummy,
the
yummy.
atmosphere, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's really fun to go out and get the little, pinchos and the vinos, but everybody's out. Like, everyone,
Mhm.
is in the center. You see your neighbors, you see some friends, you see tons of people you don't even know, but everyone's in such a good mood, and I don't know. It's just really
Yeah,
fun.
it's a super vibe and it's
Yeah.
hard to not spiral out of control. No. Okay, we have a very special guest that's coming on today. Hopefully he figures it all out. I'm going to send him the link. His name is Alex Borst. He
Yay,
is a
Alex.
yay. Erin
Yay.
has met him a few times. We've had
Yeah,
vacation with him and done fun stuff, but
super
I
fun.
worked with Alex for 7.5 years. We worked for the same company and we were English teachers, head coordinators, eventually became like, sounds really fancy, like regional directors of that company. They had a chain of language schools around Spain. So definitely a lot of fun. Traveled a lot with him, became really close with him. And he is Dutch and he is a foreigner living in Spain. He's in Madrid and he's going to come on and tell his story. But I think fondly of Alex.
I really liked him a lot.
Alex Borst.
Alex!
Alex Borst.
Hi!
Hi.
Yay! You
Can you hear
made
us?
Hi
it!
there. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Normally I'm too loud, so
We love a loud Alex. Yay.
Yay,
Thanks for
Alex is
joining.
here.
hi there. How's it going?
How are you? Tell
Yeah,
us,
good.
are you at one of the academies?
I am. Look, it says Christmas behind me.
It's Christmas!
The Mary is missing. Mary is on that side. Merry Christmas.
Are you teaching people Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas t-shirt.
I love it. So what class did you teach any classes today or was it just training other teachers?
No, actually I haven't taught any classes today. I taught some earlier this week though. Yeah. No, I did some training and I taught some classes earlier this week.
Yeah. Well, I've told well, Erin knows you, but a little intro, like you're Dutch. We want to hear more about that. But how long you been in
Dutch. How
Spain, where
Dutch do
you
you want me
are?
to be?
What's that?
How Dutch do you want me to be today?
You're
Very
already
Dutch.
I
very
was eating black licorice, so that's very Dutch.
Do you have
You
your
do?
cheese sandwich?
cheese sandwich. That's very Dutch,
Do you
isn't it?
remember the cheese sandwich on the
Yeah.
boat?
Well, tell us about
Love
Dutch
it.
snacks for a second.
Dutch snacks, well, yeah, like black licorice, for example. That's fun.
Mm.
We eat a lot of like weird fried stuff. Have you guys been to the Netherlands, actually?
Yes.
I don't know if you
Well,
have.
Amsterdam, they have those machines.
Yeah,
Amsterdam
yeah, those machines. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we eat
with
like
the weird things.
fried snacks that you.
Fried snacks. It's like a fried Snickers bar.
No, they're
That
like
would be
little balls
good,
of
actually.
cheese, right?
No, they're like croquettes, like the one they have in in Spain here, like
Yeah.
croquetas, but a bit bigger, and like sausages and other
Yeah.
like
Sausages.
sausages.
My favorite.
Yes.
Your favorite and my favorite. Alex sent me a message yesterday saying, because we were joking about bratwurst sausage, and he's like, "You love bratwurst." I'm like, "You love bratwurst," and then he was actually eating a bratwurst yesterday, and he's like,
That was
"I ate it
pure
all."
coincidence, but yeah, I went for like a menu del dia, as they say in Spain here, like just around midday,
Lunch of
just
the
to have
day.
lunch. Yeah, and then I saw bratwurst, and yeah, made me think of you, and I just
thought of
had to-
me?
I just had to have it. I'm having this bratwurst, and I'm sending a picture of it.
I love it. Okay, Alex, tell us more about you. Like, I want to know when you. I mean, I know, but tell everyone when you came to Spain and maybe
Yeah,
just
Yeah, I don't know this.
Yeah, I've been here for over 15 years. Yeah, I came in 2010. Well, I had been here for like half a year, a couple of years before that. Because of work, actually, I was working for the Dutch government, and I worked at the embassy here in Madrid. I'm based in Madrid, so yeah, I worked at the embassy here for like half a year, and then just had a
That's
really
so
good
cool.
time. Yeah, that was a
Really
lot of
cool,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, I went back to the Netherlands because I was still working for the Dutch government and everything, but I just wanted to move here. When I lived here for a couple of months, I kind of made up my mind and I wanted to move here, so I went back to the Netherlands initially, and then moved here like a year and a half later. And I have been here ever since. And I don't think I'm ever moving back to the Netherlands. No, I love it here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like we're all in another life, we were all Spanish or something. I feel like, I don't know, I feel we all ended up there for so long. Of course, you two are both there, but yeah. So tell us what you were doing. Like you eventually stopped working in the embassy. Did you stay in Madrid for your ex, or really was it because you wanted to be in Madrid?
No, I really wanted to be in Madrid. I wanted to move here before meeting him. I mean, yeah, we got into a relationship, and that like kind of helped me make the decision in the end to help speed it up a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
It might have taken me longer to move here if it hadn't been for him, but I wanted to move here either way. And actually, we stayed together for a couple more years, but we're still friends. But I've never regretted moving here. Like I always wanted to.
I
live
remember
here anyway.
visiting you in Madrid. We like ran into him and his boyfriend.
Oh
in
yeah, I was just
Chueca.
thinking about it. I was just thinking if you had ever met him or not. But yeah,
Really briefly, him and his boyfriend at the time, and that was a long time ago, so I don't know if they were still together or if it's someone else. But yeah, and the cool thing about your story is like your whole family now lives in southern Spain. Where are they at? Like near Malaga, no?
Malaga. Yeah, I'm
Tell
gonna
us
see
how
them
that happened.
actually over the weekend now because we've got a long weekend here.
You and mommy.
Yes, long weekend.
Yeah, my mom and my sister, they all live in the south. I mean, kind of for like Northern Europeans, the south of Spain is kind of like a place to move to when you retire. Like lots of people are there in the south of Spain. There's lots of nationalities actually. There were quite a few Dutch people. There's lots of Finnish. It's for some reason it's the biggest Finnish community outside of Finland. I mean, there are not even that many people in Finland, but yeah, it's the biggest Finnish community as well outside of Finland in the south end. There's lots of Germans, English, and yeah, people from all over the place.
Yeah,
you Dutch people.
So your mom hasn't she made friends with
Mm.
people down there? Like she's got a
Yeah.
little group of women that she
Yeah.
hangs with and stuff. Love that.
Yeah. There's even this Facebook group called Dutch Divas.
Dutch divas.
Dutch divas?
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm an aspiring member.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You already are, Alex.
That's hilarious because I did
I
call
am
you a diva.
You are.
You are a diva.
I'm not
called
a
you a
diva.
diva.
No.
You are too.
I'm not a diva.
You're like, remember when I was your boss and I told you what to do? I remember when
The one thing I regret was never firing you. I so badly wanted to fire you one day. I would have loved that.
You would never. I held us together.
You held us together, yeah.
No, but I have a really funny memory of because Alex did a lot of training with me, and it's true you were my boss for a little while, and when I moved into the role of regional director with you were training me, and I remember you took me down to Seville. So it was very common for us to go to different language academies and he would teach me, like how to be that kind of manager, do like quality control, work with your director, like all kinds of stuff we had to do. But we really took Seville as like a vacation. We got an Airbnb. We went downtown. We got hammered. I made out with some waiter in Seville who like would not stop texting me. Oh my gosh. I just remember being in Seville, waking up the next morning, being really hungover and being like, what have we done? I don't remember a lot of work.
Yeah.
So Alex and I have a lot of memories. We all went to Menorca last summer together. So Alex, we'd love to hear, obviously you're a foreigner living in Madrid. You've been in Madrid for over 15 years. I know you probably got we talked about a spicy story the other day, but we won't do that one.
That is XXX. That is too spicy for any recording.
So tell us some stories, like anything you want to share about you being a foreigner living abroad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've had a lot of like funny language related situations in the past, like because of teaching, but also because of other reasons. I mean, just in general, like it blew my mind when I got here in 2010 that was, or like, well, 2008 the first time, but then when I moved here as well, like people just didn't speak English at all. And for like a European capital, it was just like, it was shocking to me because, like, I mean, for you guys it's different in a way because you're moving so far away from home, but for me it's actually like relatively close to home, and it didn't, honestly, it didn't even feel like emigrating as such. I mean, I knew I was moving to another country, but it's still Western Europe and it's a capital and everything, and I was just blown away by the fact that like people just don't speak English here, or at least they didn't used to speak as well as it now. I mean, I do hear differently now. I hear more
Alex,
English on the streets.
I have the same experience. Like I moved here in 2007 and I was just like floored by the fact that like nobody really spoke English very well.
Yeah.
And then I compare it to today. I don't know what happened, but today, like the students I get, they're amazing. They speak like incredibly well. I'm like, what is going on?
It's probably the access to like social media and
think that's what
streaming
happened.
and things like that. But also, Alex, you are being from Europe already and the Netherlands and Germany and these places in Finland, Sweden, like everybody speaks perfect English
Perfectly,
almost. And so you get down to more Southwest, Spain, Italy, Greece, like nobody can pull it together.
Yeah.
You told me a funny story about signs that you had seen.
Yeah. That's one of those things, like just around Corona, and that is only like 5 years ago. But there were these signs in the metro, everybody stickers on the floor, and it would say "keep the distance." Like, and it's just like a silly little thing, but I was just like, I could not stand seeing it. Like every day, like "keep the distance" is such a Spanish thing, because in Spanish you would say that literally, like
that's the translation.
Yeah, like "keep the distance," and I'm like, yeah, the distance. It's just one of those examples where you just immediately go like, someone ran this through Google Translate and I was like, this sounds great.
I know, and it's all over public transport, which is even worse because you feel like somebody at that level should know the language a little bit better.
But it was the same for like menus and everything, or any signs you would see. I don't know if it's the same in the north, but I guess I actually expected it to be maybe slightly better for some reason in Bilbao and in the north of Spain, or I don't know. But in the capital, I mean, the capital, you would say the same.
Yeah,
But
I remember going to restaurants with you in Madrid, and you'd have the menu del día, and there'd be like literal translations of things that like made like langoustines, you know?
What the hell?
That's a prawn. Langostino is prawn.
Langoustine.
Stuff like that. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other examples.
Sometimes we had to like translate it back to Spanish. Luckily, we spoke Spanish. Like we were translating it back in order to understand what they were trying to say. And you would get these waiters who would walk up to you. Like at the very beginning, I remember waiters would look at me and like were two different types of reactions. They would either go like, "Oh God, a foreigner," so they would go like. No English, like disclaimer, don't try to speak to me in English. And I already spoke Spanish, so I would usually go like, don't worry, it's fine. Okay, yeah. I'll order in Spanish.
You're fluent, super fluent though. So I think people are surprised when you're so fluent. And also it's funny because you've told me stories about you traveling on the subway, on the metro, and people thinking that because you look like a foreigner. You're blonde hair, blue eyes, tall. People are like, oh, he doesn't speak a word of Spanish. You've heard people like talk shit about you, haven't you?
Old ladies were like staring at me always, like just because like I'm blonde and tall and whatnot, and they
the staring is out of control here. Like people do not care. They will stare, and you'll look at them directly in the eye, and they'll just keep staring.
Keep staring. Yeah, exactly.
That's so Spanish. I forgot about that. They're so it's really bad in the Basque Country, but all over Spain, they really do stare at you with no courtesy.
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
What is that?
It's like the same. Like I will say, like common courtesy is out the window in Spain. Some of the things that kind of made me pissed off was, you'd be walking down the sidewalk and there'd be a group of people or a family taking up the sidewalk. And anywhere in the States or maybe other countries, people are like, oh, let me get out of the way for people like traffic going both ways on a sidewalk or whatever. No, that does not happen in Spain. They're like, you can go out into the street and go around us.
Yeah. Yeah. Or people just walking in the middle of the pavement, you can't get around them, or just like
Or
even
the
when you're sitting outside on the bench, like there's no personal space. It's just like they're way too close. I'm like, you're a foreigner and you are walking a dog. Like, get out of my sight. Like, get out of my space. Like,
they like
No
sit right
personal
next
space.
to you to start eating their lunch or something. Like
It's like on an empty bus, you sit wherever and someone sits right next to you. It is so bizarre to me. Yeah. People don't care. It's just so Spanish when I think of that.
Sharing food is another big thing here, of course, right? But even strangers do that. Even strangers. Have you ever been offered food by a stranger? Because the first time that happened, that blew my mind as well. I was like,
when
you're
did that
offering me a
happen?
bite of your sandwich, like for real. Like you want me to like, you
When
are
did that
okay with
happen?
me. That okay, to be fair, that was like a street fair, but still, like we were outside. It was in my neighborhood, and I was with my boyfriend at the time. We were sitting somewhere, and it's it's just a place where people have like tons of food on the street, and there's music and market and whatnot. And they were having food, and I think one of us must have looked at a sandwich or something. We're like, oh, that looks good. Maybe we should get one too. Oh, here, you want to try? And I was like, no, thank you. And my boyfriend and my other friend were like,
He took it?
Yeah, we'll have a bite. And I was like, you're going to have a bite of a
Stranger's sandwich?
Strangers sandwich.
I'm sure your mouth has been in dirtier places, Alex.
Oh.
Yeah, but
That's
so
funny.
weird.
I've not had that happen. I don't think, maybe with like a tapas or a pincho where you like kind of make friends with someone and you're chatting, but I think the Basque are way more reserved in that regard. I think
Okay, so something else happened like that was surprising when I got here that's along the same lines but a little different. So we were at a restaurant and this couple walks by our table and they're like, que aproveche. So that like enjoy your dinner, is what que aproveche means. And so I look at a friend of ours that was with us. I was like, do you know those guys? He's like, no. And I was like, what is that? What are they doing? Why do they walk
Very
by your
common
table?
Spanish thing.
It's,
People walk by your
totally
table
common.
and say que aproveche,
Like, bon
which I think is
appetit. And I'm like, do you know them? What are they talking about?
It's so sweet though. Like, enjoy your meal.
Super sweet. It's after a while I thought, oh my God, that's so nice. I love it. But when you first get here and people don't do that in the States, you don't walk by someone else's table and say, hey guys, enjoy your meal, or like bon appetit or whatever. Like, and then it's really nice that they do that. But
do they do that in the Netherlands?
No, you'd never do that. It's weird. That's one of those funny things. Like I feel totally that like our cultures have more in common somehow than we have in common with the Spaniards.
Yeah, I remember.
No worries.
But yeah, Alex, you're right. Yeah, I think it's like you guys have more in common with the States than with like the Mediterranean countries.
Totally.
A little bit. Yeah, for sure.
I find it funny because we're just as surprised by the same things.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, we're Geeties, right? Like
Totally.
at the end of the day, I think we experience some of the same kind of limitations culturally, which is interesting. But
well, like thinking about restaurants as well, it's also like the level of noise. I mean, I assume that's different in the States as well, but like in the Netherlands, it's just rude if you hear other people
shouting.
like just shouting and making lots of noise. And here's the opposite. If it's like it's supposed to be noisy, if they're not making noise, then it's a serious something serious is going on or whatever. They're not having a good time. And here's just like, can you keep it down? I'm like trying to I can't even hear the person I'm having dinner with.
Yeah,
that's true.
Or having to get the attention from waiters to order something. That's another thing. I mean, obviously, customer service. I mean, I think you could have like
there is no tips
podcast just on customer service here. But like, what the hell?
Well, I think like the way they don't function on tips is a huge part of it. I remember in Valencia, it was probably the worst table service I've ever had anywhere in Spain. Of course, I didn't live in other parts of Andalusia, but we would wait up to an hour to get our orders taken. We're like,
oh, that's bad.
We're going to be here all night.
Yeah. Now, it does have a little bit to do with tips, but then again, in the Netherlands, it's not like that. And people like in the Netherlands, people tip if the service is good. I would normally give a waiter a tip if they feel like they deserve it, or just a small tip. It's not like the States either. But here, it's like they're happy with any tip you give them. Like the other day, actually, I had friends over, and my friends are always like tipping way too much, obviously, because they're not used to it. So they gave like a 10% tip, and the waiter bowed twice. He was like, "Thank you, thank you." And I was like, see, I said €2 was enough. And they were like, no.
I love that though. It made his day.
Oh, yeah,
they
they
love
made it.
it.
He was like,
They're
"Thank
like,
you.
he's
I
like
can
kissing your
close
feet.
the place now. Close up the shop for
He's
the
like,
rest
I'll
of the
suck
day."
your toes for $5 more. Tell
Yeah.
us a concrete
No.
story. Do you have anything like embarrassing about being abroad, or can you remember committing like a language faux pas, or
Well,
just a funny,
it's
another
not
funny
so
story?
much related to languages, but I mean, I have a weird story that happened with a roofer, a guy who had to like
Oh yeah.
fix my like the ceiling on my balcony. I don't think it necessarily has to do that much with Spain, to be honest, but it is a funny story. It's like, in a way,
I
well,
want to
in a
hear
way, I mean, he turned out to be pretty crazy, but it was just a
what happened.
clusterfuck of things. Oh, am I allowed to say that?
Yes,
Yeah,
you can
sure.
swear.
This is not TV, so.
This is adults
No.
only.
Well, first, I mean, it was just a thing where, well, first of all, okay, I rent, right? So, like, I contacted my landlord, and okay, somebody had to come and check. First of all, from the insurance company, right, to like fill out a whole report and whatnot, right? All paperwork stuff. That took weeks and weeks because everything in Spain takes
Yeah.
so much time. Like, God knows why, but they're just like very inefficient. We all know that as well. So, like, somebody stopped by and then was literally on my balcony for 2 minutes, looked at it, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to like draw up on a report. I'll be back. Okay, he disappeared, and then took weeks for him to come back, to spend 5 minutes to take 3 pictures and leave. Like that, honestly, afterwards I realized that was honestly just obviously so he could just like say 2 visits, and like, you know, he could just like,
Yeah.
for the insurance company. Okay, bullshit, whatever, fine. Then we had to clean the upper part of the roof or something before it could be fixed. So another couple of months passed, and then they said, okay, someone's gonna call you. I was like, wow, looks like we're getting closer to a
months later.
solution. Someone's gonna call you, a roofer. This guy's gonna call you. And so then you can meet up and he can come and fix it. I was like, okay, great. So this guy calls me and he just goes, I mean, that's a general thing here in Spain, I think. Like, people call you and they don't say their name. They don't, like, it's just like, hola, or not even that. It's just like, am I supposed to know who you are or something? He was just this guy. I'm not making this up. I picked up the phone and he was like, are you Alex Borst? And I was like, well,
Who's calling?
I mean, who's calling exactly? Like, who the hell are you? And he was like, are you Alex Borst? Is this your address? And I was like, I'm not going to confirm that unless you tell me who you are. I mean, I don't even know who you are. What was this? This was also days later, not like the next day or something, because, again, everything takes time. After about 5 minutes, we figured out who we were, or may I confirm who I was? And I was like, oh, you're coming to fix my balcony. I don't know. I need to do something at your place. I was like, well, yeah. And he was like, what do I need to do? And I was like, well, I mean,
You're the fucking roofer.
You're the roofer. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. To come and fix it. I mean, I don't know, man. And he was like, okay, I'll stop by. Can I come tomorrow at 9? I'm like, no, I'm working. Okay, I'll call you back another day. I'm like, no, just like call me a couple of days in advance and then I can plan it and I can make sure I'm at home. Okay.
Yeah.
So, of course, he didn't do that. Called the following day and said, can I come tomorrow? I'm like, no, I'm working. Call me like the same thing, like a week later. I was like, please, like, honestly, I think his name was Pepe or something. Like, for Christ's sake. I was like, Pepe.
God damn it, Pepe.
Yeah, we had gotten a little bit acquainted at this point already. So I was like, listen, Pepe, call me 2 days in advance and I can make it work. However, this was like March and the weather forecast had said that it'd be raining. So he called me and he said, listen, I'm 25 kilometers outside of Madrid. I have to come in the morning, but it looks like it's going to be raining. If it's going to be raining, I won't be able to fix your roof. Oh, hello. Oh. If it's going to be raining, I won't be able to fix your roof. So what I'll do, I'll call you in the morning so you can tell me if it's raining or not, and then I make the decision whether to get into my car and drive all the way up to your house. It's like, great, Pepe, we got a deal. You call me at 8 o'clock in the morning. The thing is, 8 o'clock in Spain, well, any time indication means nothing. We know that as well. So
True.
You can say 8 o'clock. It could be anywhere. 8 o'clock is basically anywhere between 8:30 and 11.
Yeah.
Like, it's like sometime after 8. I thought he was going to call me at 8 o'clock. Now, I start work late, so I'm normally actually not awake around 8 o'clock. So I had set my alarm. Because I knew Pepe was going to call me, right? So my alarm goes off at 8. I look at my phone, nothing. I'm like, So I pretty much fell back to sleep right away. He called me about 20 minutes later. I was very much asleep again at that point. So I don't know what he said exactly, but I knew it was him who was going to call me, right? I also knew what he was going to ask, because he was going to ask me if it was raining or not. But again, I was half asleep. So when I picked up, he said something and I said, no, as in, no, it's not raining. Don't worry, you can come. And he was like, no, what do you mean, no? And I was like, huh? Like, no, right? But like, no, what? And then he was like, wait, who are you? What is going on? And like all this whole just like terrible communication. I was like, yeah, I know that you're Pepe. You said you were going to call me. Why is this confusing to you? I know I sound half asleep. I am half asleep, but I know. Well, anyway, okay. This is almost a story. Then he finally showed up to my house, got there, and this was, no, it wasn't in March. It was sometime. It was not too long after Christmas. That's the other thing. He was finally at my house. It was shortly after Christmas. That's why I remember now. Because he was there fixing stuff. I mean, I offered him coffee. I was going to be nice to him because he was going to spend quite some time there, right? Yeah, just be polite, just be nice.
Pepe.
We had gotten to know each other a little bit at this point. I was like, Pepe, Pepe, tell me, how was your Christmas? You know what he said? He was like, well, Alex, if I had had the Christmas I had wanted to have, I would have been in the Dominican Republic having a good time with some hot Latinos. Instead, I was at home with my wife and my 2 teenage daughters. So you can imagine.
Oh my God.
That was his answer.
What is
and
wrong
I was
with
like,
older Spanish men sometimes, I swear.
I was like, okay.
He really trusted you with his secrets.
Yeah, like you and Pepe got close fast.
Anyway,
He must have said something when you were half asleep where he's like, I'm going to confide in this man about my secret pleasures.
I don't know. He spent 2 hours. Like my whole apartment was covered in with stains from the plaster and everything and whatnot. He half cleaned it, then he left. Somebody else had to come like 3 weeks later to check. 2 people walked in. They were there for 5 minutes. They looked at it and they said, "Was this Pepe?"
Was it done badly?
It was done so badly that now 2 years have passed
Pepe
and
hates
it
his
needs to be
job,
fixed
too.
again.
Yeah.
It needs to be fixed again. If anyone calls me from that insurance company, I'm going to say, send anyone but Pepe.
Oh my gosh. So Pepe hated his wife and his job.
Yeah. And as a bad roofer, poor Pepe, I mean, he won't be listening to this. So, yeah,
Pepe
that
was miserable.
Pepe
I have
didn't care. Didn't care.
I love that because, like, you did add in a lot of, like, really typical Spanish things. Anything that needs to go through insurance will take months and months and months. You get people who are just doing... It's like, okay, there's this joke about Spaniards working, right? So if you see construction workers in the street, you'll always see 4. One of them is actually working and 3 of them are watching.
It's like supervising.
So typically Spanish. I mean, I
Yeah.
love Spain and I
yeah.
love the Spaniards, but it's so funny about...
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about work.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck this. That's a good story.
Yeah, that's
Pepe,
funny.
if you're out there,
Yeah,
we love you.
Pepe.
Good
I
luck.
hope you're in Dominican Republic with the hot Latinas.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're
exactly.
divorced. Gosh.
Hey, maybe his wife is there too with some hot Latinos. I mean,
Who knows?
They don't get divorced. They're still very much holding on to that. But that's a funny thing about like brothels in Spain. I heard that Spain is like the #1 country where they have the highest amount of like prostitution, like married men going to brothels. Like
Yeah, there are a
that
lot
is
of
a
brothels there, yeah.
statistic I learned about like 10 years ago.
But they're very like hidden though. You don't
Yeah.
see them. You know what I mean? You only know where they are if like you go there.
drive
or you
past
know
them.
people who go there, right?
A desolate
you'll drive-
highway stop,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
Sometimes you drive past and you're like, that could be a brothel.
That's a brothel.
And they have this funny word for it, putty club, right? Putty club.
Puticlub.
Putty club. Putty
The
club.
boutique.
And the name just sounds so like
Yeah, I think we can hear all
innocuous.
that.
Is that the word? Like there's nothing Putti Club. It just sounds so like cute, like a kid's story or
Well,
something, you know, like
Isn't
theme
it horror
park.
club?
I
Theme
know,
park.
but like when you hear it, you know, like
Putty club. Putty
Putty
club.
Club.
Puticlub.
Yeah.
Putti Club.
Anyway, well, Alex, thanks for joining. I know we're going to wrap this up pretty soon, so we're going to let you go. We love you.
Love
And
you.
yeah,
This
love
was-
you,
this was
Alex.
fun.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back and tell more stories.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Very relaxing. Relaxing body. Relax your body.
Relaxing cup of coffee, right?
Relaxing
What
con
was
Oh.
that?
coffee.
Relaxing café con leche in the plaza or
Yeah,
whatever.
Wasn't that an
that was it,
Aznar
yeah.
quote?
No,
Wasn't
what was her
Wife.
name? The mayor here in Madrid. What was her
Oh,
name?
was it her?
I don't remember who it was. I thought it was Esnar's wife, but it could have been the mayor too, yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
a
thought it was
mayor here.
Aznar's wife.
No,
Yeah,
because it
who
was
said
wasn't it around the Olympics when they were trying to get the Olympics or something?
Something
Against
like
he was
that.
Madrid?
faking his English. He did that a lot, and I think she did that a lot. And somebody said relaxing café con leche.
As if the world just knows what that is.
You couldn't have
Again,
said,
very Spanish.
yeah, you couldn't have said a
Very Spanish.
relaxing cup of coffee.
Nope. Too
Go back to
difficult.
school. Alrighty, well, we love ya, and we'll have you back for sure. I hope you have a great weekend.
Have a
Yeah,
great
bye,
weekend.
Alex.
Good to see you, Erin.
Good to see you too, Alex.
Erin!
Yeah.
Erin,
We gotta go
Erin.
to Menorca again.
How do Spanish people pronounce your name?
Oh my God, they say Erin
Erin.
or
Erin.
Erin or something. Erin, I don't know.
Well, in the Basque Country, a lot of like older men would call me Lassie because they couldn't say Lexi.
Hey, Lexi.
Lexi.
That sounds like a British word for girl, like lassie, my lassie.
Yeah, I get Lassie. I get
Lassie.
Lessie. I get
Lots of
anything but
lassie.
Lexi. Whatever.
Well, Alexis and Erin,
Yes.
good to see you. Have a
Mr.
great
Borst.
weekend.
You too,
Love you.
Alex.
Love
Have
you.
a good long
Bye.
weekend. Bye.
Bye.
I love it.
So cute. I love Alex.
So fun.
Such a sweetheart.
Well, we are going to wrap this up. It is so fun to have guests. We would love to hear from you too. Everybody who's subscribing, click and save, subscribe. And you can write to us at, what's our email? Podcast.foreignish@gmail.com. Podcast.foreignish@gmail.com. Write us a funny story if you're a foreigner living abroad. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye, Erin.
Lexi.
Love you. Have a great weekend.
Love you. You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.